What's happening? This is the Tap In Podcast. We are live inside of the Tap In studio. I'm your host, Mr. Nosy by Nature, a.k.a. Donte. We in here live, baby. What's happening, man?
What's up with you, man?
I got two special guests with me, man. Nate and Barry, man. What's happening, y'all?
Man, it's just a great time to be alive.
Yes, sir.
Believe it or not.
Blessed, man.
Yes, sir. Everybody quarantining good and shit?
No complaints, man.
Somewhat, you know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
We got the
I'm
Purell
living my
on
best
deck, man.
quarantine life
I'm
right
about to say,
now.
yeah.
Yeah, we got some Purell if y'all need that, man. You know what I'm saying? Get you 2 dabs.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Dabs, you know.
Yeah.
Get you cleansed.
I got my sunlight though. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
That's most important.
Yeah, yes,
you know,
sir.
Especially for the melanation out there.
Okay, I have no idea what you're talking about yet.
Melanated people.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah. But really, for all, you know. But
Okay.
definitely for us, you know.
Yeah, yes, sir. So I brought y'all on, man, because I wanted to talk to y'all about astrology. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
And from what I hear, y'all I got a ton of questions about astrology, right? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So first of all, how did y'all get started in astrology? How did you start following it or even looking into it?
I think naturally, and I was able to understand it as I started looking at birth charts. It's something that's already like kind of within us. Like I can look at your birth chart and see what things you might be interested in. So I'm a Scorpio. You know, you hear the rumors about Scorpio mystique type of deep divers, so to say.
Yeah.
Deep people. He's a Gemini.
Okay.
He like information naturally. I've always been a history guy.
Okay.
So I started my brand here,
Yeah, that was-
Aboriginality,
Yeah, that was
Okay.
crazy.
off of
I do got a
off
story
history.
about that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Feel free.
What's the story? What's the story
All
about?
right, so like you said, we pretty much been two people that's been fond of knowledge, truth seeking or whatever. But so we had it from two different spectrums. When I started getting into just knowledge and opening my mind up, or what they call waking up, you know what I'm saying, to things being more aware and conscious, I started, like I was telling you earlier, I was going into more of the I can see where this is coming from, the backdrop of all of this is astrology.
Yeah.
And he was focused, like you said, his brand and everything is about Aboriginality. He was focused more so on the history.
Yes, sir.
And then, we're always, debate and stuff about historical things. But I'm like, all right, we're really not getting anywhere because we can't use this. It's not like a science that we could use and, go forward with it. It's just a back thing. So I was like, not to knock it because we need our history. You got to know where been to, keep going. But that's where, I would, debate with Barry a lot. So eventually I started getting him like, look at this to astrology. But like you said, in his chart, he's going to be more fond to it and open up. But he's like so deep into being fixed on something because he's Scorpio, fixed water. It's like in his emotions, he's like, all right,
We'll get into that.
yeah. I'm like, so it took him a while to get into it, but I pushed him to, start learning and stuff like that. So I had somebody to go over stuff with and, talk about it with other than, But yeah, that's how I started. Just looking at certain videos and people were talking about it, and I hear it, and I would just be intrigued by, what is this? So how they walking? Everybody would reference it, and I didn't know this science, so I just started to go anywhere I could find any information. I kind of went there and did that, and I collected it from all these different perspectives, and I kind of, once you start saying the same thing, you be like, oh, that's it, and that's how I kind of gained the knowledge of it, and reading books and stuff like that too.
Okay.
Like, I don't think you just grow up just naturally having an interest for astrology because it's something that's kept away. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's really something deeper than that. Like you have a natural interest for deep things. Right?
Yeah.
So astrology is deep, and it goes deeper the more you get into it. So I know we have the invention of the woke community, so to say, in the past 5 years, but you got those of us who've been woke before it was a term, so to say. We just kind of been that way. We listen to Common, we listen to Erykah Badu, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Artists like that, along with the other hip hop, but those artists kind of spoke to certain things, dealing with the cosmos, if you will. And so it's really you open yourself up to it along this journey. It's a rabbit hole. One thing leads you to another. I came into it from looking into history. I'm studying, the civilizations behind it, but not realizing that, or not going wholeheartedly on the fact that they use astrology to build the pyramids.
How so? Explain that. Break that down.
They're aligned with the constellation Sirius, Osiris. Yeah. So I mean, I haven't been into the actual pyramids, but from all accounts, from reading it, reading the history around Kemet, many of your scholars will tell you that and all your astronomers will always tell you that you can see aerial views of the star Sirius and the alignment of some of the pyramids. And
most of the historical, the oldest historical. What you want to say, artifacts and stuff like that, or especially buildings, were built around the sky. So like when there's a solar eclipse, you can see it, or when there's a full moon that month, it'll come like that, and they'll know what the time is because they set up these buildings when the sun will reflect or go and do this. So like that's
same thing with DC, the nation's capital.
Yeah,
Benjamin Banneker, right?
Yeah,
the black man who designed it.
Yeah,
he designed it in correlation to the stars.
Yeah, it's
amazing.
It's like a diamond. It's like So that goes. Yeah, it goes Masonic.
See, and I'm one of the ignorant people that just thought astrology was just all about what month you was born. You know what I mean?
It has something to do with that.
Technically, that's just your horoscope.
Yeah. All
right. So if you go into history, we know Horus, a deity, right?
Yeah.
And they look at him as like a sun god or whatever, Horus. But Horus. So the horoscope is just horoscope.
Yeah.
So that's what horoscope is, and that's just your sun sign. So is
the eye.
Yeah, it's just your sun sign. So when people just talk about your birthday, that's where the sun was at when you were born.
When you were born.
So you know what I'm saying? There's 30 days. You know what I'm saying? In a month technically, but it's 30 degrees in a sign. You know what I'm saying? So make 360, 12 times 30. You know what I'm saying? 30 degrees. So yeah, that's how it breaks down. So that's just Horus's scope. That's just his view.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and Horus is perceived. When you get into history, you'll find that they put personifications behind energy, so to say. Right. So we're looking at Horus, the scope. We're assigning that as a male, a masculine type of energy. The sun is masculine energy.
Right.
The moon is feminine energy.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I talked to this dude a while ago that was. He was doing astrology too, and he was telling me that there's two types of astrology, or two types of something.
You got Eastern and Western.
Yeah.
Or they say like more Vedic. That's what they call it. Eastern is Vedic. Yeah. But
so basically, I'm a Scorpio, right?
Okay.
So if we applied Eastern, then I would be a Libra. So you would
basically
basically
it's just 22 degrees.
22 degrees off. So you
because
just
of
take
where we
your
are
sun.
now.
I would take because Scorpio and Libra, we're talking about a portion of October and a portion
like you said, it's only 30 degrees in the sign. So if you're moving something 22 degrees back, a lot of people are going to be in a different sign.
Okay.
So I would be a Libra.
So which one do we follow here in
Western astrology? It all gonna align.
I mean, it's because of the angles too. Like you gotta remember, they are what, like 10 hours ahead of us or something like that.
Way over
you know what I'm saying? Like they're like so their time astrology is based off time.
Asian.
So astrology is nothing but time, is math. You know what I'm saying? That's how we get the calendar we have now. Like, all right, this is the first thing that I do when I try to teach somebody astrology. Okay. I don't know if this is one of your questions or whatever, but this
lay it on me.
This is the first thing I do because a lot of the people, the first question I ask the people say they don't believe in astrology or practice it. Well, I ask, do you celebrate your birthday?
Yeah.
Which we go back to the sun sign, like, yes, because that's your solar return. That's when your sun comes back to the same degree it was, because it takes a year for the sun to come back. That's your birthday, basically.
For however many years.
Yeah. So exactly.
Back at that point for you.
Exactly. So then the next thing I'll do is like every day of the week, if people don't believe that the planets are so powerful and everybody cares, like every day of the week is literally named after the core planets. And actually, it used to be 10 days.
Or a god or a goddess associated.
No. It was just the planet, period. Like, it's already. Okay, so let's start
Monday
off.
will be
Sunday.
what? Mars?
Sunday, no.
Tuesday is Mars.
Okay, let's break it down. Sunday is the sun.
Okay, Sunday.
Monday is the moon. But let's do it because it works better in Spanish as well, because it's all based off Latin.
Correlation.
Okay.
So you got lunes.
Monday.
Lunar. Moon day.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Then you got Tuesday.
Tuesday is Martes.
Which is Martes.
Mars.
Okay.
Wednesday is
I don't know the days of the week in Spanish.
No, I got you.
Okay.
You grew up in Texas?
No, I'm from LA, from California.
Okay.
You done seen Spanish.
Yeah, but I don't know.
But you can just break it down. But Wednesday is miércoles, which is Mercury.
Yep.
Okay.
Thursday is Jueves, which is Jupiter. Friday is Viernes, which is Venus. Saturday is Saturn's day. You know what I'm saying?
Saturn. They say Sabado.
Yeah, but still work better
Saturn.
English.
Yeah.
Saturn. So like,
Now, and then you call in Thursday in English, you call it Thursday, right?
Yeah.
Thor Day. Remember the movie Thor?
Oh yeah.
Thor is a guy that's associated with
because
Jupiter.
Jupiter. Yeah, that goes with
In-
Thor
in-
because that does
in
thunder,
mythos.
lightning. Yeah.
So you have Egyptian mythos and Greek mythos. All of it's based on astrology. The Greeks learned from the Egyptians.
Okay.
They learned from the Egyptians and the Phoenicians.
Okay.
Ancient people of the Middle East and Africa. Black people, swarthy people. Right?
Yeah.
So they learn from them. So as you get in school, we get a lot of Greek history.
From
In history, you're gonna be taught that. You learn about Zeus. You learn about whether you learn about it in literature, Greek mythology.
Yeah.
You learning about astrology.
Yeah.
They just not necessarily correlating it. That you learning about gods and goddesses associating it with that, but they're treating it just like it's literature, as if it's just mythology. You know what I'm saying? Not pointing out mythology doesn't mean fake.
Okay.
Mythology is more so there's a story behind it. It's allegory. There's a story within a story.
It's more of a-
So
a
we can
mystery.
focus on whether it happened or not. That's regardless. What we dealing with is the present day energies with
okay.
allegory. We can look and see the lesson, that's in this, right?
Okay. Because
And that's where you get the spiritual meaning from.
Yeah, because that's where I kind of feel like the Bible is based off of allegory, right?
Yeah,
you know what I'm
see where
saying?
we're going. Yeah.
Yeah, the Bible is based off of allegory, where it's not these are actual facts that actually happen. It's they telling the story to
Yeah,
kind of
and
give you an
it's the-
So
example.
it's the
allegory,
story.
you can find a Christ-like figure in certain aspects of history.
So-
you can find a Martin, you can find a Malcolm, you can even look at a Nipsey. Someone who reached a level where they started going beyond self.
Yeah.
To try to serve a greater interest. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
For a village, a community.
But yeah,
humanity.
Going back to the Bible thing, you know what I'm saying? Like, it is telling a story. It's telling the story of the
Sun
stars.
navigate,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Like, basically. So you got your, 12 disciples. You got
One sun.
12 zodiacs. You know what I'm saying? Zodiac signs.
One son.
Sun in the middle.
Y'all are fucking
you know
my
what I'm
head
saying?
up,
Like,
man.
but it's just like even in
Y'all
the
fucking me up.
even in the Last Supper picture, you can pinpoint by what are they doing, like with their body language or how they doing stuff, what their signs are, those 12, because they all representing, like, one of them is sitting beside each other doing the hands, that's like Gemini. Somebody's like eating, like that's the Taurus, like somebody's doing something with their neck, because each part of the zodiac.
Who the nigga covering his nuts?
I forgot. That's
the Scorpio.
But,
That's a sexual sign, right?
yeah, exactly. But like I said, each part of the zodiac represents a part of the body, anatomy.
So I'm a Capricorn. What's the Capricorn sign?
Knees.
It's the you talking about the body?
The body, knees, right?
Yeah. But it's also represented by like
My knees are horrible. I got bad knees.
immune system and just like bone health. Period.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like,
because Capricorn, the mantra behind Capricorn is "I achieve." It's dealing with your status. So that's why you find Capricorns in a lot of management type of positions,
kinda like
or
a
very,
boss sign,
very
like-
career oriented, driven type people. So you got
yeah.
when it
So
comes
it's
to
the
this,
top,
and we're gonna break this
it
down
like that. Let's go.
Really?
Because
So
it's the top
you
of the earth signs. Break it
Yeah,
down like
so
this.
I was gonna go. You got three Earth signs, right?
Okay.
You have Taurus, you have Virgo, you have Capricorn. All right, I'm gonna give you the mantras for those.
Okay.
Taurus is about I have. It's about it's ruled by Venus.
Okay.
All right, it shares Venus with Libra.
Okay.
All right? It's just all Earth signs are feminine. All right. We'll get into the others than the note.
The next one, okay.
So you get
Taurus plants the seed,
yeah,
like
they
because
plant
you're gonna
the
get
seed.
too deep into it, like, and we're gonna need to.
Now I want us to go deep. I want us
Yeah,
to go
well, I
deep.
asked
But it's
them,
gonna
I wanted to
it's
go
gonna be
deep.
confusing.
Look, so Taurus
to
is
off
I
your
have.
point.
So they
Okay.
dealing with in terms of the material world, you'll see a lot of Tauruses. A high functional Taurus will be one that is very entrepreneurial type driven, right? They can manifest money.
Okay.
They know how to make it, right?
Taurus.
But that's where you plant the seed.
That's what they plan to see.
That's-
But
Is
a
Is that
low
for males
functioning-
and females, or
depends on it's per person.
Oh,
It's per
okay.
person.
But that's
Okay.
just the prototype of it.
A low functioning one is going to be just very materialistic. You know what I mean? Like,
okay.
I mean, also
Stu-
like
that's the-
gluttony and stuff
gluttony,
like
yeah,
that.
'cause
Like,
they like to eat. Earth signs
Taurus.
like to eat. All Earth signs, but Taurus is definitely.
Like
it's
to
about
eat?
I have, yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, it's a taste, senses.
And it's about
Is the thing with Earth
esteem.
signs.
It's about esteem.
Yeah.
And usually they relate material things to esteem because I have. But it's
okay.
literally
It's based on
the
what I
core
have.
of it is esteem. They call it like the money thing, but it's more so how you see yourself.
Self. Oh,
You know what I'm
okay.
saying? Your self-esteem.
Yeah.
And what's the other two?
Okay, so then you go into Virgo.
But that's
Virgo
planting the
is-
seed, though. That's you
That's
putting
the
the work
seed.
in. That's you
Now-
starting to say, all right, this is the blueprint.
Virgo is
Taurus
you
will do
more
the
so
blueprint.
like
It's
like more
the
so
routine.
Okay.
The day-to-day, the worker, the servicer.
Virgo would be more along the nurturing of it, like because it's about I scrutinize. It's about taking
Virgo.
care of it. Yeah,
It's about analytical. Analyzing
Virgos
and
are typically the Virgo energy itself, because from your knowledge right now, you will base everything off of what you see and the actions, the sun sign. But we got a moon sign. We got wherever Mercury and Venus is. So I'm gonna just tell you about the energy. Virgo is very. It's a helper, but it's analytical, because you got to think a Virgo is basically essentially equivalent to a virgin. So when you get the story of Virgin Mary,
Mary,
when
yeah.
Easter comes
Everything
around,
birthed from Virgo.
so Easter comes. Side note: Easter comes after the spring equinox, which is from 3:19 to 3:22. That's where we get. On one of those days, we're gonna get 12 hours of sunlight and 12 hours of darkness, even, and that's where we start setting back the times.
Okay.
All right. So now, one of them days you're gonna get 12 hours. 12. So it's an equilibrium. It's a balance, right?
Okay.
So from that point, after the spring equinox, the first Sunday after the first full moon, which occurs in Virgo,
Okay.
that's when Easter is set. You can look up any Easter right now, going the next 5 years and beyond, and it's gonna be right in a line with that.
Okay.
Because the new year actually starts in the spring. Now, some nations, some civilizations did the spring
Some people
or
say
in the
the fall.
fall, the fall equinox.
And
which
that's
you
what
start
they
off
say. That's why
in
they say the
spring or
zodiac
the
is.
equinox.
They say the
equal.
zodiac is born from the Virgin Mary, because that's when it starts in the fall. So literally, the Virgo is the last sign of self.
Yeah.
So because the first 6 signs of the zodiac is all internal,
self, yep.
and the next 6
Six
is all
is about
others.
external.
So it's the same values within those houses, the first 6, but it's expressed outwardly on the next 6.
So let me ask you this: when it comes to like relationships, should the first 6 signs, should they look for somebody who is
No, it don't work like that.
don't work like
It
that?
don't work like that at all. And that's
Okay.
why
The first
people.
thing-
That's why people get lost on astrology, because all we see is your birthday.
Right.
We base it off of the sun. Oh, well, every Scorpio ain't the same. Every Scorpio ain't like this. Every Virgo, and I dated a Virgo and they ain't like that. Nah, it's because you got a whole other litany of
I'm about to say, yeah.
signs.
Let me answer. Like he right though. But-
Okay.
So the thing you want to do, because like you said, you got every sign. Like you were saying, you got a sun, a moon, a Venus, a Mercury. Every planet there is, you have that sign, because it's a snapshot
Yep.
of where the planets were when you were born. That's your natal chart. So when you're looking for a person relationship, the things you want to kind of look at for a man. Let's start with a man. A man looking for a woman, you want to look at their moon. You know what I'm saying? First, you want to look at where their moon is at, because that's how they're going to be like a woman, motherly type. Like, so that's the one thing you
That's the
usually
energy,
looking
the-
like.
that's for the feminine.
The feminine energy
Okay.
type that you want to look at that moon. You want,
Emphasize there's duality in everything. Even though the moon is feminine, right,
Mm-hmm.
in origin, you still have masculine moon signs.
Yeah, because each
okay.
sign has is 6
Even
feminine,
though the
6
sun-
masculine.
even though the sun
Each
is
there's
masculine,
feminine
you still
and
have
masculine
feminine.
planets, and then you got to start mixing them all up. You got to
Gotcha.
put certain planets and certain signs and certain houses, and that's when everybody gets different. That's why nobody's the same, even if you're on the same
they
day.
say, yeah, okay.
But then, so like, if you're a man, you want to look at the 2 things for sure. You want to look at is their moon, the woman's moon, and their Venus,
Yep.
to see how they love and relate to things and stuff like that. And then you also could kind of look at, you know what I'm saying, at Jupiter, how they going to expand, how they going to see stuff, like how they broaden themselves, but mostly the first 2. And then if you're a woman looking at a man, you want to look at the
Mercury.
sun.
And Mercury.
I mean, Mercury is just how they think, but people could think a certain way. And
Or their Mars, what they're passionate
no,
about.
that's for the women. Women want to, you want to look at the man's Mars, because that's the masculine energy. You know what I'm saying? What do they,
okay.
their passions and stuff like that, usually with
Yeah.
the prototype of a What a woman looking for, the sun and they Mars. Like, so if those things are in the way or signs that you like them or that's what you kind of want to look at. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you want to see a lot of people get together whose moon and sun kind of like are in the same thing. It's kind of like more of a harmonic thing. If you got a sun, I got a moon. Like if a woman has a moon in a sign that a man has a sun in, they're more likely gonna have a lot of harmony,
So
like a
dig
long
this.
relationships.
This is the funny thing about astrology. Even though you ain't been following it, this shit has happened naturally throughout the course of your life, and you ain't even paid attention.
Not one bit.
Who's your last? Who you dating now? Or
I'm married. My wife, she a
wife?
Libra.
She a Libra. Mm-hmm. If I did your chart right now,
Let's do it. I want to do it. Let's do it.
do his chart.
She a Libra.
You can pull it up on your thing. I ain't got my phone.
Yeah.
So I don't know how you
He
use
can
that phone.
do.
So what are we about to do right now? What is it?
He can do.
We're just gonna look up where all your planets at, and then
where
I'm gonna,
yours, and then we can look at your wife as well.
Okay.
Yeah, so she
And that's going to tell me.
But I can tell you
We'll
the
be
connection.
able to see where y'all connection is.
I can tell you connection already between. You put it in, I'll just read it. Why? Till he can tell you the stuff. But I already know the connection between Libra and Capricorn already is Saturn, because Saturn is the planet that's ruled by Capricorn and Aquarius, but is exalted. I mean, it does. You know, it's like it's at the what you want to call it. It's like it's at the Six Flags or something when it's in Libra. You know what I'm saying? So it's all big on restriction and like what you want to call it, boundaries and fairness and all this other stuff. That's why it's exalted there. So it's like y'all probably share some type of, y'all good with discipline. You know, y'all do all of this type of stuff together easily.
Yeah.
What he's saying is the planets, when they're in certain signs, they take different.
They take different
Form.
Yeah, it's like, all right, I'm
Yeah.
from LA, so when you're back in LA,
The gang
Yeah.
culture's like
you
this.
like, all right, I feel that energy where I can do exactly what I want.
Yeah.
Compared to when you're in DC, you like, whoa, this is a city, but it's not like the city I'm used to. You might hold it back a little bit and
What
do
you,
this.
January what, bro?
So that's how
18.
planets do.
Yeah.
What year?
80. Shit, I want to see.
You know what time you was born?
Or a good estimate. I mean,
it was in the
exactly
morning.
was
It
better.
was in the morning. I don't.
All right, so we're going on right now. So what we can't get your houses right now. That's you got 12 zodiac signs. You got 12 houses that they come from.
Let me text my mama real quick.
All right, and you was born in L.A.
Yep.
Hey man, I just saw something on the heard something on the social media. You
Saying
know, Game. This cat got a major lawsuit on him.
Oh, was
man.
that $7
They
million?
taking all his royalties from Born to Rap.
Yeah.
He can't make nothing off of it.
That's
Damn.
crazy.
Judge taking all of it.
Damn.
That's crazy. But yeah, and with the 12s, if you know the time of birth, you can get, because your houses are literally the areas of life.
Yeah.
So you got
I'm gonna read that off in just a minute.
and
So we was gonna get into that.
everything in your life goes through these 12 areas. So the first one, which people don't really know, you got your sun and your moon where your planet's at. But depending on where your first house is, that's what your what you call your rising sign or your ascendant.
And that becomes the ruler of your chart.
Well, the planet that rules that sign becomes the ruler of your chart, and basically that's your personality. So when people, the first thing that people see you as before they get to meet you and see you do stuff, like they gonna see you as that first, whatever that sign is and that energy.
That's why.
What?
No, hold on. He has an Aquarius moon.
Yeah, I got Aquarius moon
Yeah,
too.
he got an Aquarius moon.
So you're already open to be into different stuff that people rebel against.
We're in
You'll
the
be
age of
curious
Aquarius
about it.
now.
Like that. Yeah, I got Aquarius moon too. So you're real detached when it comes to emotions. You kind of like, you don't know what to do with your emotions sometimes.
You're more so in your form of emotions is you get in your head and you start thinking.
Yeah, you have to think about it first,
Yeah.
and then like something happen, then you'll be like, man, you'll react really weird because you don't know how to react, and then you'll go back like, dang, I should have did this.
You ain't gonna
damn,
turn
now
up.
you feel mad about it, or you'll continuously think about it for a couple hours, and like
The more you think about it, but you're not gonna turn up initially.
Yeah,
because everything's kind of lighthearted because it's like you get your emotions, the stuff that's supposed to be heavy is kind of airy, so it's like, all right, but you're usually fixed on that. Like you're the same way I am, but you like you rebel stuff when people and you got
Aquarius
and you're a Capricorn sun, so it's like
You gonna rebel and what? Do something.
You'll be more angry about it. Like you'll more be like, all right, test me. I would. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Capricorn.
But you'll be witty about it a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Or sarcastic. Like you're gonna say something back.
I'm right. I'm better than you. Prove it.
That's just crazy.
Let me see.
That's just crazy. Because that is how
with an Aquarius moon though, like like that's how you would react to certain things, you know, and then and how you feel, you know, about yourself and what you carry. So like you typically are more so, you would kind of feel about yourself, you view yourself as a helper to an extent, right? You probably help some people,
or humanitarian.
but you're a humanitarian, but you're more so, you're about you're not a enabler, so to say. You want to put this person in a position to help themselves.
Yeah.
And now it also, I liken Aquarius to a because this age is Aquarius. It's kind of what we're going through right now, right?
Yeah.
Right now it's like either you get it or you don't. In this period, ain't gonna be no baby. Right. The people who don't get it on
It's
any level,
it's the same
people
thing.
who
like
don't
you said,
get
I
it,
gave you the knowledge, you didn't do nothing with it because it's the water bringer. It's the
people
knowledge
who don't
giver.
get it will be the people who go get vaccinated or some shit. Right?
Yeah.
So like either you get it or you don't, right? So I liken Aquarius to a Division One, a tutor at a Division One college, like a OU or Texas,
Okay.
Bama, something like that, right? There to help the students, making it known that I'm here to tutor you, keep y'all grades up.
Yeah.
At no point in time they're gonna be knocking on the door.
Right.
Hey, you need to come study.
And then
that's not the energy of Aquarius, right?
Yeah.
You either get it or you get left out in the cold.
Yeah.
That's the coldness that's associated with it.
That's not the energy of any fixed sign. Any fixed sign, they're
it's
gonna be
not.
stubborn to themselves.
Yeah.
But more so, Aquarius, like it's more so a forward-thinking, innovative
Yeah.
type of energy. It's more so like, all right, I'm already against the wave. I'm already doing something that's
'Cause I'm standing for
forward-thinking.
truth.
Not even more so
truth
for
is the-
truth. It's for so like I know where things are going. I'm in that wave now. Like no matter what it is, because you have different types of Aquarius, but they can see the future in some type of way. You know what I'm saying? Like they're already doing something. Like my one Aquarius friend. He knew what when we was like in 8th grade or something. He's like, man, I want to go to the movies where they can feed you and do this. And like, what, 15 years later, it's like you can't even go to a movie theater without having a studio movie grill type thing.
Yeah.
And it's just like those are the type of things that they like think about. They already create. They be on a different like a lot of writers and stuff like that, and people that's media too, because
Visionaries.
it's about connecting people and it's about technology. Period.
That's the Aquarius.
That's Aquarius
That's
energy.
the moon.
Yeah, like that's what
yeah.
you react, because your moon is your reactions, your feelings, kind of like kind of who you are at the core.
Okay,
You know
so
what I'm saying?
let me break that down because I want to understand this. Like, the moon is your reactions, your feelings, your emotions.
Yep. Damn.
And the
See,
sun,
It's your
Your
action.
actions.
your actions.
Your characteristics.
Yeah,
How you see yourself.
Okay. I bet. So
it's like the sunshine. It's like okay, this
And
is
then what he was talking about was
and it's what
rising-
everything else is filtered through too, because this is your
rising,
actions.
Your rising, what he was saying earlier, your rising is what people see before any of that. Before
for
they get
any
a chance to
interaction.
interact with you.
Before they get your action, because the closer a person gets to you, they get to see how you react to things.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Then they get to see, ooh, I know how it really is. You know how you get to people
Yeah.
like, ooh, I got around them around vacation. Now I know how you really are. You reacting to all of these things.
And you can look this up online anywhere to see your rising, your sun, and your
Yeah.
moon.
You can go to astro.com.
Usually it's a lot of-
but your time.
Just
your
look up
birth
your
time
natal
will
chart,
tell you
yeah.
your rising and your houses. All we needed was your birth date and your location. Or you were born in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
All we needed was your birth date and your location.
Yeah.
Really, honestly,
I mean,
all we needed-
you'll find the
your moon,
information,
all we
but
needed
you
is
will not be able to interpret it. You know,
to get your
I'll be
moon.
honest with you. Like, you'll get it, and you'll be like, "What the fuck is this?"
Yeah,
You'll be
you gotta
like,
go from here,
like,
and then you gotta
look
go
at
out and
this.
start
You can be like,
studying.
"What the fuck is this?"
Yes, I have.
What the fuck is this?
Yeah, I don't know. It looked like a compass.
of your life,
Yeah.
of your life.
Exactly.
It's the compass of your life.
Exactly.
God damn.
But yeah, I'm just saying, like, you can get with an astrologer. There's a lot of astrologers out there like me. Like, I've been doing little readings. Like, I started every time, and I ain't trying to put him on blast. He meet somebody or me, be like, hey, look up her joint. Tell me what you think about Slim or them. And I'd be like, that's what a lot of my friends do already, because they know and they seen, you know what I'm saying? But just reading and asking certain questions about careers. Usually people want to know about careers and their relationship or money or something like that. But really, you should more so ask about, like, what's my path? What's my...
That's the point of astrology. Astrology is so you can study yourself. Once if you get your birth time and all of that down, and get your houses, you'll be able to learn so much about astrology just from studying your chart.
And the only way Only other way you can learn about astrology and really do it is to practice it, and that's
So
using it on other people. You know what I'm saying, and finding out their charts and stuff like that.
One way to practice it, the easiest way, and I'm gonna go ahead and just get into this now, because it was kind of leading on to what I was saying about the earth signs.
We didn't get to that third one either.
Yeah.
Capricorn.
Third is Capricorn,
Which is the boss,
which
the
is
person who
I
oversees.
achieve. So I have, I scrutinize, I achieve. This is what I have. This is how I'm taking care of it.
I like analyze better than scrutinize.
I analyze.
It's a
this
bad
is how I'm
connotation.
taking care of it. And then I achieve. This is what having these things and taking care of them.
It's like the
have
status.
done to me.
We've created to a status.
We
We've completed it.
I have this career.
And Capricorn is
I've
the
done
top
well
of the
in my
chart.
career. Now I'm here. I'm the boss.
And
That's
people
what
usually look at it as a boss.
Is the sum of the earth signs.
And that's why sometimes they could be lazy, or just because they get that
Or they just
boss
wanna give demands,
mentality.
like,
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because they like, I got the energy that I'm the shit, I'm this, so I got to tell you and
or
this.
egotistical.
Yeah,
you know what
like-
I'm saying? Like, because
My wife is gonna see this. She'll be like,
Capricorn
"Yep,
is
that's you."
Capricorn is ruled by Saturn.
No, okay.
Yeah,
And that's usually that's like Kronos. That's like the grandfather of
So,
time.
you know,
So he gonna have discipline
in
and
ancient
karma.
times.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
this is how deep it goes. So if you you ever heard of etymology?
see, I always want to bring it to history. See?
Exactly.
No, etymology.
Etymology
It's the breakdown
is
of words.
breakdown of words,
That's
the
where it
origin
come
of
from.
words.
Yeah.
Not
Oh,
the
okay.
not the current definition,
Right.
but the origin of where these words come from.
Okay.
Right. So Satan comes from Saturn. Right.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you see, we talking about allegory, right? When
Yeah.
you see Satan mentioned in the Bible, a lot of times, they'll use a couple. They'll use Satan. They use Lucifer. Lucifer is Venus.
It's the light bringer.
Yeah, the light bringer, the morning star close to the
can
earth. That's the one you see.
Venus when it come up. Yeah.
Venus deals with like basically love, lust, and your struggle between those two. All right.
And beauty. That's
Yeah.
why
That's what Lucifer.
Lucifer,
You know
or
what
they
I'm
try to
saying?
say the opposite
Saturn
is a woman. Devil
deals
in a
with
red dress.
discipline. Deals with discipline, right?
Okay.
So you can see how Satan has come out of that, because it seems like when you being disciplined,
And Satan is technically
Yeah.
the definition of it's called the opposer. So
Yeah.
if you need to be disciplined, you have to oppose
Exactly.
something.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like,
So wherever Saturn is on your chart, that deals with your karma. That deals with karma is neither good or bad. It's simply the reciprocation
karma
of
is
the
bad,
energy.
dharma
yeah,
is
dharma's,
good.
Yeah, dharma's is.
but
I always thought karma it could be either good or bad.
dharma
well, I mean,
is
technically, dharma is the
good.
good wave
okay.
of
Yeah.
karma.
Karma. Oh,
Because
okay.
karma is what you're gonna get karma for this. That's kind of like you're gonna get what you put back
Yeah.
in. Usually, you're not talking about good shit when you know what I'm
okay.
saying. You're talking about that. So it's like, but Saturn, like you said, people usually have a Saturn return. It takes Saturn 29 and a half years to come back to where
I'm
it was
gonna send
at.
this to you.
So that's when people usually had a Saturn return. That's when shit really fuck up for them in their life. Like, so like, I just went through my Saturn return. You know what I'm saying? And using me as an
And is
example.
it every 29 or?
Every 29 and a half years. Gratefully, you live that long. You know what I'm saying? People can have a third Saturn return.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it's like, usually people have two. You know what I'm saying? Like, they'll get to about,
So-
58, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's when you going to go through your next, all right, I got to see if I
just
learned my
sent you
lesson on
something.
karma from the last 30 years,
Because
basically.
we gonna go through the in terms of the easiest way to apply.
Okay.
Yeah,
Because it seemed like a lot.
'Cause, yeah,
This
let me
is-
say my part, and then we'll get to
All
that.
right.
Because I was about to say I had a Saturn return in my 5th house, right? So it probably could have been worse. It wasn't as bad because Saturn is ruled by Capricorn. I have Capricorn in my 5th house, so it came back home. You know what I'm saying? 5th house rules your fun, children, love, romance,
Creation.
stuff like creative expression. You know what I'm saying? So for me, and Saturn also deals with restriction. So the fact that I have a natal Saturn there and it came all the way back and it got strong, like basically it's saying all of that was restricted for me. So within that time, I had got put on child support. And I had to see my child less. So that was like the first restriction that I got getting on. I was like,
Yeah.
damn, this isn't my house of children. Then it's like, boom, I went back to having no fun for the next. I was in a toxic relationship. Romance
Yeah.
was restricted and all bad to where I couldn't go find nothing. I was just stuck in a spot for some reason for 2.5 years, like basically 2 years, like within the whole time gearing up to me being 29 and a half and me almost being about to be 31 now.
Yeah.
Coming out of it. And it's funny, Saturn's moving into Aquarius now and I'm finally coming out of it.
So there's nothing you could do to
No, you can't. All it is this, man. If you
Well-
doing what you're supposed to, it's gonna flow freely. Some people,
but honestly, it's nothing. He's been nice. Like, it's nothing you could do. Like, some stuff is in your chart. It's written to be in your chart. Like,
yeah, but
I was supposed to get head injuries because, like, your injury house is in the 8th house. So it shows I have Aries in my 8th house. I'm going to get.
It's
Listen,
not
let me
extreme.
finish.
It's not as extreme for everyone. That's all.
But
I'm
who
saying.
knows? That's what I'm saying. Like, if it's written in a chart to be extreme, it's going to be extreme. Like, that's what I'm saying. Depends on the aspects of how other planets is looking at this planet and this.
How many houses is there?
12.
12 houses.
I just sent you that chart. Look at that chart.
Okay.
That's 12 houses.
But so I had head injuries. Like, that's how you can tell somebody's rising sometimes. If you can see where they was injured, and then they tell you, when I was a child, I got injured here. You can kind of put their placement there. And it's the 8th house method, but you can kind of see, and then based off how they acting and some other questions.
Let's get into the houses first, so he can actually understand what the houses are. This is how you the easiest way to apply, because it seemed like a lot.
Let me read this real quick. It says,
"Well, no, don't pay attention to what it say down there. We looking at the wheel."
Okay, got you.
So, this is how I got this seemed like a lot, but when I say I've only been studying astrology since like late 2017, 2018.
Okay.
You know, I've been able, again, my mind has been geared towards understanding deep things, but it's not a whole lot. And this is the easiest
it's science.
So,
like
right now, what?
I swear I thought this conversation was gonna be about January, February, March, April.
It is. We finna get this because we gonna scrap.
Look, I mean, that shit, honestly, that shit don't matter.
But look, we're going to scrap.
The month don't matter.
The month don't matter, right.
Man-made stuff, right?
Okay.
We're gonna
it's
scrap
about the
that.
degrees.
We're going to scrap the month, all right?
Okay.
Because like right now, what season are we in? If someone asked you, to your knowledge, what season are we in?
He going to say spring.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Spring, all right.
Spring, yeah.
All
we just got into spring.
But we in
just
Aries
got
season.
into spring.
Yeah.
All right. So, look at that chart. See number 1?
Yeah.
We're going counterclockwise. All right.
Okay.
All right, read that.
The self-appearances, beginnings, the body, first impressions, altitude, identity, approach to life.
All right. That first house is ruled by Mars.
How do we know that?
Not
technically.
How
would I know that?
I mean,
if we're just talking about
like
the houses, then it's just the house. That's what it means to have in your first house.
Yeah.
So whatever sign.
Self-appearance, beginnings, the body,
we deal with
first
the 12
impressions.
house. Those are the 12 houses.
The 12.
Okay.
And break it down like this. Those are the 12.
Aries comes from
Those are the 12 views that God had of life.
Okay.
So this is the 12 views that God looked. He looked this way, 12 in 12 directions, and these are the things that happens in these areas to make a full 360 of, you know what I'm saying, yourself, a whole person.
Right.
Got you. Okay.
So when we say your first house, if your first house is in
For me, I'm a Virgo.
Virgo. Yeah.
So I appear like a Virgo. All of those
Innocent.
descriptions.
You can appear innocent.
The word
sometimes.
I look at is I am. So whatever I am is the first house. I am a Virgo, basically. So that's why a lot of people, even in astrology, they refer to you as whatever your rising sign is. They ain't gonna care about your birth month or none of that, because they looking at you because they can see what every aspect of life you got going on once they know who you are. You know what I'm saying? So they know if I got Virgo in my first house, I am a Virgo. That means I have like a Libra. That means usually I share, I'm balanced, I'm fair. You know what I'm saying? And then I can go in, I communicate like a Scorpio. I get deep. You know what I'm saying? I analyze, I take it, you know what I'm saying, to the furthest depth of whatever. So then you can keep going to see, that's how this person acts. And then you'll throw the planets in there to add the extra. I look at the planets like the teachers. The teachers in the classroom. You know what I'm saying?
All right. So that's Aries. Aries is ruled by Mars. All right. And Mars deals with passion, right?
And this is just a natural chart. This is like how it is when nobody.
In general, yeah.
Okay.
Because the first house has, like you said, has energies of based off Aries type stuff.
Yeah. That's all Aries. Now that's the beginning of spring. That's the spring equinox, right?
And it rules the
so
head.
we got 4 cardinal points. Spring equinox, summer solstice, fall equinox, winter solstice, which we call Christmas. That's the shortest. The shortest day out the year.
21st.
Yeah, that's what Christmas originally. The story behind Christmas is
Santa Claus, back to Saturn, back to Capricorn season.
The sun is reaching its lowest point.
Right.
All right. So so the days are shorter.
Okay.
Right? So the sun isn't being born there. It's
so if you look at it,
dying.
In this chart, chart you're looking at is flipped basically, because at the sun you see Capricorn at the top. right?
How do I know this?
Well, it's not Capricorn.
Forget
My
all
bad.
that. We
But
just giving him the order.
No,
We're just giving him the order of the seasons and how to.
No, I feel you.
We're giving.
And then
I'm
the
giving you a
season-
whole solar return, right?
Okay.
So where you accustomed to going 12 months, this is 12 zodiac seasons, which is going to get you to a full year as well.
Okay.
Right? So first house is Aries, where Aries comes from. All right. Mars
Okay.
rules Aries. We see what it's dealing with, right?
Okay.
Second house is money.
Start off with the word.
I have.
It's I have, and it's esteem. I just don't. Me as an astrologer, I hate when people say second house is the money house.
Okay.
Because money ain't really shit now. It's about to be
Yeah.
nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
but
it's
it's
all
about-
about. It's about I have. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So it's about esteem what you have.
So in present day, now is money, work, income, daily routine, but it's about resources, right? In the material world, whatever is driving the currency at that point in time, that's what it is, right?
Okay.
And then it deals with everything that falls in line with that. So,
Okay.
like I said, money, work, income, daily routines, values, material possessions, priorities, habits, your job and work ethic.
Right.
Right?
Right.
Having things.
Right.
All right. That's Taurus. Taurus is ruled by Venus. So Aries is what we call a cardinal sign. That's the beginning of a season.
Okay.
All right.
it's when you initiate.
Exactly. And cardinals
So that's
initiate.
gonna be initiate.
Capricorn is a cardinal sign. It initiates.
Right.
It starts shit.
But that's initiating earth. Aries is initiating fire.
Fire.
So it's
yeah.
initiating the
So,
feeling and expression.
Exactly. And when we say Aries, I'll give you an example of two Geminis, right? You had Biggie, you had Tupac.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Two Geminis, right?
Yeah.
You see how one reacted and you see how the other reacted, right?
Yeah.
One reacted, he was spitting in the camera.
Yeah. Crazy.
You know, Lil Pop, but he did a lot of childish shit. He did. His attitude, you know what I'm saying? His attitude was very childlike. And I mean that from the standpoint of astrologically, right?
Yeah.
Biggie, when he was getting I don't know what dude. Tripping,
Yeah.
Right? Biggie has a Virgo moon. So his method, when he reacts, before he reacts, he going to analyze.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And it's gonna be practical.
Pac had an Aries moon.
Because it's earth.
So he initiated
fire.
how he felt with fire, and you saw that.
It was how he feel,
If
and if
he
he
felt
just
a
say
certain
it.
way, he's
Because
gonna
they-
let you know he finna turn up. Aries get a thought, they turn up.
And Aries is Aries, like you said, Aries is a initiating one, but
Yeah.
like Virgo will be mutable, so he can practically change how he think
Yeah,
or react to it.
Exactly.
He can be like,
a
all right.
virgin. You could put this right here in front of a
Like a virgin.
Like put a drink in front of a virgin. They gonna question it, right? But if you have a way of communicating to them that this is okay,
They'll take it.
they gonna take it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's the first time for everything.
Let's do jazz too.
All right.
Jazz.
We'll put hers in.
Well, let's do.
We'll put.
let's do-
Look, I'm real quick. We'll do hers. We're gonna go through this real quick.
Okay.
Third
good.
house
So yeah,
is-
we can speed it up.
third
Yeah,
house
class
is Gemini.
As I think.
ruled by Mercury.
I communicate.
I think it's a mutable sign.
Okay.
It's your
So the
first
reason why it's
first
mutable
air.
is because when you at the end of spring in Gemini, and you coming out of spring and you get ready to go into the summer, right?
okay.
Taurus is a fixed sign because when you in Taurus, we're gonna be in Taurus in a few weeks. We firmly planted in the spring in Taurus. It's the spring season. Ain't no ifs, ands, or but.
Okay.
In the northern hemisphere.
Okay.
Southern hemisphere work the same. It's just gonna be our spring is their fall. Their fall.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I don't even look at it as an
But,
earth.
but
Like, I
still,
just be like,
but in terms of relatability, it's fixed because we're firmly in that season, right?
Okay.
It's mutable. Gemini is mutable because we're coming out of a season going into another season. All right. We on
Gotcha.
Gemini is the communicator, right? I communicate, which we just spoke on Biggie Pop. A lot of rappers are communicators.
Okay.
Our Geminis have Gemini energy. The fourth house, that's when we get to our second cardinal point.
Home, roots, family,
Yep.
self-care, emotions.
That's Cancer. All right, summer solstice in July 19.
yeah, July 21st.
Yeah, July 21st. July 20th to 22nd, something like that, or July 19th.
21st.
Yeah, that's where you get the summer solstice. That's where you get the longest day out the year.
Okay.
All right, and then from there on, the days are getting longer. So you're gonna get out of because you're firmly into Cancer. Coming out of Cancer, you go into Cancer is ruled by the moon.
Okay.
That's why Cancer is considered the mother of the zodiac.
Okay.
All right. And then from there you go into Leo.
That's the fifth house. The fifth house.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Now you hear what he said about Leo in terms of creativity, right?
Yeah.
Fun, romance, love affairs, play, right?
Yeah.
Leo is ruled by the sun, so that's where you get that energy, that internal energy. Cancer is another cardinal point again, going back to Cancer, but Leo is a fixed energy, right? So Leo is fixed water. Fixed fire.
Okay.
Cardinal is Cancer, is cardinal water.
Okay.
So recapping on the houses, one, you go from fire to earth to air to water in the fourth house with Cancer.
Okay.
All right.
So this, my question is, how do you? Because if I'm just looking at this, how do I know which sign is it? Or is that because is that just me right here study?
So as a study, you learn, right?
Oh, okay.
So understand you sitting next to two people who have studied, right?
Got you. And
who are here to give you this. But if I gave you this right here, then this wouldn't mean much to you without an explanation.
Right.
You'd have to go look it up, for yourself. Right. But yeah, that basically your acquired knowledge will tell you this. But fifth house, fixed fire. Sixth house is Virgo.
Okay.
You see health, fitness, systems, analytical nature, pets. A lot of Virgos like small pets. They like to be caretakers of, Yeah,
okay.
Work habits, organization, sense of usefulness, services given, right? Virgo, like Gemini, is ruled by Mercury. Gemini is the masculine. Virgo is the feminine. So when you get into earth and water signs, those are feminine.
Okay.
Fire and air signs are masculine.
Okay.
All right. Now, just because being analytical is a feminine characteristic. Questioning things, right? That's a feminine characteristic. Not saying that not in today's, the connotation and how things have been, thrown out of context, right?
Yeah.
We're just speaking on the energy itself.
Energy in general.
Initiating something is masculine energy, right? That's why women expect you naturally. Most women typically expect you to initiate that, right? Now, the women that we like, that not saying that all of us like the same thing, but when you see men say, "Oh man, I want that." I like that feisty. That feisty. That's the woman who got a lot of fire energy in her because she snaps. She letting you know because fire is expressive.
And does that mean the guy just identifies with more of the feminine energy?
No, it just means like, okay, so I'm a Scorpio, sun and moon.
Okay.
All right, so that's feminine. Scorpio sun, Scorpio moon is feminine. But the Mercury, my thought process is masculine. I look at the bigger picture. Get the details, so to say, right?
Yeah.
Now, I struggle with that because the Scorpio in me still likes details.
Gotcha.
Right?
Yeah.
But I find my balance in between the two. But I like fiery women. All my energy's in the first house. It's in the house of Aries.
Okay.
Right? And so we're dealing with expression. So I like to see women express
themselves.
I like to see that. You know what I'm saying? So but it just, it's funny how certain characteristics about women were actually very astrological, and we weren't necessarily geared to view it that way, right? But all the women that you found in your life, is you look at them, she feisty. Women that like to be seen, or are snappy, so to say, you can bet your bottom dollar, they got a lot of fire in them. Fire energy, right? So we come out of the sixth house ruled by Mercury, we go into the seventh house, which is relationships, marriage, contracts. That's Libra. All right. So Libra deals with balancing. Right. Relationships are to bring balance. In a person's like any type of relationship, right? It's dealing with romance. It's dealing with understand a Libras are naturally, they can be indecisive at times because think of a Libra basically got a 12-man jury in his head trying to figure out what the hell is fair, not doing everything for themselves, so to say. They just trying to, all right, what's fair in this situation? Sometimes it could be Libras and Pisces are two signs that are known to be liars, or those are energies that are lie for different reasons. Libras will lie out of fairness. for themselves, right?
They tell
like,
white lies.
Yeah. So what?
They tell white lies.
Yeah, like, what's fair to them.
No, to seem fair.
Yeah.
Or to be relatable.
Or to be relatable.
So
like you'll play some music for a Libra, and they may not really like it, but they...
Yeah, that's like, yeah.
No, you know what I'm saying? And then afterwards, I think if he did this, I think it'll be better. You know what I'm saying? He criticizes.
Yeah.
But Libra, like Taurus, is ruled by Venus. It's an air sign.
Okay.
All right. So that's where you get into your third cardinal point, which is the fall equinox. All right, where you get the last 12 hours of sun, 12 hours of darkness. All right.
Okay.
For the year, and then you go from there. You're going into the fall. So Libra is a cardinal point. Scorpio, my season, is a fixed point, right? That's fixed energy, meaning when you in Scorpio, you firmly in the fall.
It's fixed water.
Fixed water. It's a water sign, so
which
it's
is
deep.
ice.
What occurs during Scorpio season? At the end of October.
Halloween. Yeah.
Halloween is almost like it's a European exploitation of what the energy of it is. We understand, like, in ancient times, when Europe was in the Dark Ages, right, they became a very literal sort of people, right?
Yeah.
So the energy with Scorpio is dark, but it doesn't necessarily mean it has to be.
It's dark
evil,
because it's meant by occult. It's backed by stuff that's a mystery,
Scorpio
stuff that
is
people don't see.
Anytime that I find someone who has an interest in this, I immediately look for where is their Scorpio energy, or maybe their Pisces energy.
I look for their Aquarius energy.
You mean when you say in
for
this
astrology per se? Astrology, you gotta have
astrology.
Astrology, you gotta have
deep. For me, I'm summing it all.
He's
up.
talking about knowledge.
He's specifying astrology.
Yeah, because I'm an astrologist. So I'm like, if I'm looking for your astrology energy, then I'm like, I'm looking at Aquarius. Where's your Aquarius? You gotta have some type of prominent Aquarius in your chart somewhere. It can be your rising, you know what I'm saying, your sun, moon, or you might have a strong value for it, so your Venus, or you might think like that. Your Mercury might be there. So it just depends. Like, I will look for that for sure. But like you said, Scorpio would definitely be like occult stuff. You'll be into
unknown.
That.
Occult means, we grew up thinking occult means unknown,
it's like hidden.
Culture, occult. Sure.
Oh, okay.
You know
Yeah.
The people think occult, like a cult.
Yeah.
But usually, even a cult is usually hidden. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that Scorpio deals with, if you see merging sex, intimacy, shared finances, loans, assets, property, joint ventures, goals, mystery.
Yeah, and I don't know if it's been saying that as it's been going along, but each sign is a graduation of the next.
Yeah.
So you just came from Libra of having two people relate. Now you're merging together to transform, to create birth.
Scorpio.
It's about birth, death, and stuff like that. So
I'll give you, if you look at certain Scorpio energy, what comes off top is the mystique part, or the death type transformations type stuff. Diddy's a good example. Diddy's a Scorpio.
He has a lot of death around him.
Huh?
He had some
death. He did have, exactly. He did.
Yeah.
He did. Now, that would be even deeper. That's Scorpio energy, but that's deeper. That's something else in his chart that's showing that, right?
Yeah,
that's not automatically, just because you're a Scorpio, you're going to have a lot of death around you. But as it pertains to him, in the 90s, what was he?
He was Puff, wasn't he?
Puff.
Yeah,
right?
Puff Daddy, yeah.
Then he was going by Sean Puffy Combs.
He just transformed the life.
Then he went from Puff Daddy
to Diddy.
Then he wanted Diddy. Then he wanted to go back to Puffy.
Yeah.
So in his mind, he done killed himself that many times. Transformation. You can look at Drake. Drake tries his best to be unpredictable.
Yeah.
Right?
He's a Scorpio sign?
He's a Scorpio. But in his music, so you get the dynamic aspects of it. That's how he shows it.
Yeah,
because he's double water, so it's all about emotion.
But his moon is Cancer. Yeah. So when you hit "Just Hold On," that is the Cancer in him. Going into a strip club and wanting to be a caretaker for a
man care about all the women is the
Cancer.
Yeah,
that he cares about all the women that he messes with.
And the type of women usually be stripper like is the Scorpio.
Yeah,
exactly. So he liked the freaky women, whatever, but he wants to care.
Yeah. Oh snap! Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So moving on, that to the ninth is the Sagittarius house, which is you kind of bringing light to all of that occult stuff, like behind the scenes stuff. So you want to, it's more like philosophies. So you're, you know what I'm saying, you're graduating behind the scenes information you just learned.
In
Now you want
regards
to teach
what
people.
he just said. Because my Mercury's in Sag, so my thought process is that of a Sag, where I want to see the big picture, right? And I can be also philosophical.
Yeah, so you can express yourself about it now. You
Unique way of expressing.
Mutable fire. So I'm expressing myself this way and that way, and this. Usually the Sagittarius are like the party people and all that.
Yeah.
But
Really?
Sagittarius is this. Sagittarius is the masculine. Pisces is the feminine of Jupiter. They're both ruled by Jupiter. Pisces,
So they want expansive shit. Like
Sagittarius is never really. They may be down, but they're never out. They typically, where Scorpio can be a negative sign. You know what I'm saying? You come around, you bring some negative shit around a Scorpio, he gonna throw some negative shit on. Yeah, well, you know they finna do this too. Lost my job. Oh yeah, you know this lockout finna extend about another 30 days.
Yeah. Okay.
Sagittarius, you know, you could bring more lighter, more optimistic.
Yeah,
right?
but that would rules the ninth house. So the ninth house goes into like teaching. You know what I'm saying? And
Teaching,
putting people
philosophy.
on and stuff, philosophy, and this is really about travel. You know, because to do that, you're going to move around a lot.
I liken a Sagittarius to on a college campus, the young professor. He gonna be in there teaching, doing what a Sag does, right? But you gonna see him out kicking it too.
Really?
You gonna see him out partying, maybe drinking some. A lot of women, especially in today's society with social media, where we can see their actions, the women that go from praising God, X, Y, and Z, then they turn it up in the club.
Yeah.
A lot of them be Sag energy. If they not a Sag sun, they probably got a Sag moon. Yeah, Sag is completely unbothered. They are completely unbothered by the outside world and what the outside world thinks of them.
She said you got him on the bias mode. We was talking about the ninth house, and he started.
He got a bias.
Mama Sag.
But yeah, I mean, that's the prototype of the ninth house.
Right.
So is that energy of those things, those parts of life are there. So
like
it's
travel,
cultural, traveling, doing stuff, being in the mix, being
expressing themselves.
Really on the philosophical point of view and being in some type of belief.
And as it pertains to dating, right? This is the woman that will.
See, he start going there.
No, seriously.
We going on the wheel.
No, but
bro.
he wants to. But still wants to know about dating because this is still, this is urban shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Anyway, this ain't no infomercial, damn it. Give the people something they can use, damn it.
He got a level of the question.
I know, we'll get it. This is the woman, the Sag moon. This is the Sag moon, right? This is the woman that chooses. She chooses. No, listen. This is the woman that chooses.
But all women choose.
No, but you get. We know that. But this is the woman that chooses.
So she chooses
then make
her
sure
mate.
you know that.
He just saying that because he can't get him a Sagittarius woman. That's what he mad about.
But look, this is the woman that'll smash you. Look, this is the woman that more so does. She can show any type of sexual expression,
But
right?
you don't know because that's just one thing. You don't know what her moon is.
I'm talking about Sag energy.
Gotcha. You just keep talking about this woman.
Sag, no, but still, because I'm putting it into context. This is the type of woman that would show you, like, give you a sexual expression, right? And be on to the next. Not on to the next nigga, but just on to the next train of thought.
Yeah.
She's comfortable
because
and
it
confident.
is mutable fire.
Exactly.
So if I can switch how I feel and express myself, I'm not going to stay with you.
One moment
and somebody like him
I can be in a
fixed water, he's not going to like that shit. you know what I'm saying?
Just talking about it.
No, and I'm adding relating. I'm adding reference because you already brought up your Scorpio ways, and we didn't. It's next to Sagittarius. We just
so
left.
they can feel one way in one moment, right?
Yeah.
This moment I feel sexy.
And that's what the Sag, that's what the Scorpio doesn't know yet about because it hasn't got to that energy. You know what I'm saying? Like, so they're stuck in their feelings and emotions, and they don't know how to let go of that ice, burn it, and just keep moving.
Just showing how it evolves,
you know what I'm saying? So that's why signs that's usually beside each other don't fuck with each other
like that.
Because it's something about they like, all right, I just learned that shit, and you ain't learned it yet. Type.
Okay.
And it normally take a full scope when you get to the opposite. Or a mutual, like the person that understands he's a Gemini. It's the opposite of Sag is Gemini. Right?
Okay.
The mutual of Sag is Pisces.
So they probably wouldn't fuck with each other at all.
Pisces and a Sag could.
Yeah,
because
the
Pisces is just the feminine of it. Sag is the masculine.
It's still, but if we get just one step deeper, it's a square. and squares are friction. If you got 90 degrees, it's a friction. So like if a triangle is good, a square is bad. So if I got 120 degrees, I mean I got a good angle from you. I can help you out. I can make opportunities. So if another planet is messing with another planet that's 90 degrees, like it's going to bring some learning, some friction, some challenges, some shit to happen so we can learn.
Yeah.
And Pisces and Sagittarius, any mutable signs, they either going to be opposing each other. Like, because Sagittarius and Gemini oppose each other, Virgo, Pisces oppose each other. Everything else is going to be a square
Scorpio
in between.
and Taurus.
So it's like, that's why Virgos, like, and Gemini per se, we share Mercury. We can communicate well, but we still going to have friction because they're going to want to be
more.
practical.
Yeah.
And I'm going to want to be more logical and more like, I can come up with different ideas. And you're going to be like more earth-like.
Yeah.
And we're going to rub shoulders a little bit and we're going to fuck with each other. Like, because we're too mutable. You change this one, I need you to change it. And then we're going to fuck with each other. Like, so that's how it works. So they can work because they sharing a planet. But it depends on what's going on with that planet.
They share, think of it like this. In terms, this is Sag and me. Like just skipping the details and trying to, with a big picture. A lot of people got Mercury and Sag will give you slogans and phrases. You can't lead a horse of water. You can lead a horse of water, but you can't make them drink. We sometimes struggle communicating the details. But anyway, as I look at it, those who are mutuals, it's like the parent. The planet is like a parent. So your mutual is almost like your brother or your sister.
Well, I mean,
in a sense, it doesn't mean
the way I look at
it
is the
relationship.
It's the other side to it. Like you got a masculine or a feminine, and they got the other. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like you got
even though I'm masculine,
you got the daylight of it, and they got the night of it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like he has the masculine of
Jupiter and my thought process.
Yeah, but he got the feminine
of Mars.
He got the
which
feminine
is Scorpio.
of Mars because he got Scorpio.
The masculine of Mars is Aries.
Because like you
so
said,
the different how it'll play out. An Aries may be somewhere like I said, Aries, the thought. They gonna react on it. We in a club somewhere. You step on the Aries shoe.
Because you got to think, it's always it's elementary. I always think astrology is elementary. So you go to the elements. You don't understand the fuck's going on? Go to the elements. Aries, initiating fire. That means I'm just going to start some shit.
Yeah.
I'm going to ignite something.
Or if we feel skeptical, let's say this. If there's somebody in the room we feel skeptical about, Aries is going to test them right then and there.
No, I'm just saying, go to the next thing.
I'm just saying.
Taurus, like if you want to think too, what Taurus, I'm thinking fixed earth, stubborn, a wall, not moving, this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, that's what
I was just moving on because we were talking about the fire. We was talking about the fire. So I was just saying, no, what I was trying to say is
I'm
like
saying
the
it's
difference.
Elements because at the end of the day, like that's how people. You want to talk about
elements,
relatability, and they're gonna relate to that more than you know what I'm saying.
The elements, fire is
more than when they get in 12 days of sunlight, they're gonna be like, okay, I know what fire do, I know what this do.
Water is and water. I was trying to show them the dichotomy of Scorpio and Aries, because the water is more patient. So I may feel the same way that Aries does about this individual. But I'm going to lay low. I'm going to get in detective mode. And I'm going to seek to call him out.
Because it's the feminine part. They're going to be passive.
In the end of it.
And in the masculine.
It's like a detective, right? A detective is, damn, they moving like that?
Yeah.
Let me stake out over here.
And let me see
how much I can get them for. And then when it blow up, it's going to be 10 times worse.
Like you said, the feminine is Scorpio. They're going to chill back and do all the extra passive shit and try to wait for the perfect time to do some shit. And Mars is fuck, they did that, and they're going to steal you right there. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's the masculine. So just each planet got its masculine and its feminine, and they do whatever that planet's about and kind of that way.
Let's finish through the chart, because we was going. We came out of Sag. We came out of Sag.
So go to Capricorn.
We come into Capricorn.
The 10th house,
the last card,
which is I use.
Yeah.
That's what the sign is for.
I achieve.
I use is better because they are bosses. They're using people to do things. Like, that's the only way that they are feeling in a Capricorn way. They use. And people use you.
Using you.
Use.
But, like, I'd rather be used than abused. You feel what I'm saying?
So we put here to use each other.
That's what I'm trying to say. Like, you're supposed to be used. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, and Capricorn basically is the top of the chart, which technically everything's flipped because, like you said, the sun is less sun. So it's literally the bottom of the chart is when the sun's dying. So everything is backwards, as above, so below type stuff. But Capricorn is usually initiating Earth. So they're trying to, start the most practical thing. We need business. We need money. We need house. You know what I'm saying? We need this. That's Capricorn type. That's all they really care about. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is the things that's going on. Other than that, you can miss me with the bullshit. Like, this is what we doing. Business. They about work. Really, when they don't, and the negative of it is they get lazy. They don't like to do that much work. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're not like a Virgo who all right, I feel weird if I'm not doing shit right now. You know what I'm saying? A Capricorn, and that's the 10th house
Capricorn
energy.
is also viewed as the father of the zodiac.
Because it's at the top.
It's
you know
the
what I'm
opposite
saying? Like,
of Cancer.
or if you look at it, nowadays it's not even a father, it's just a parental line. So if you're looking at Cancer and
we ain't doing that. Ain't no gender fluidity.
No, I'm just from a father it is gender fluidity because I can be more nurturing in the mother aspect of my daughter. You know what I'm saying? And she look at it as
we
the
ain't
nurturing.
finna take a tainted
That's,
definition.
But that's your bias. You feel what I'm saying? Like, but in astrology, there's none of that. It's just
saying it wasn't put here for you though. What definition wasn't put here for you?
This is the parental line. As an astrologer, when I read people's chart, they always say, "No, that was my mom. That was my dad." And I'll have it flipped, trying to go off traditional. This is your dad. This is your mom. It's just the parent. You feel me saying? It's the parent. Somebody's going to be the dynamic disciplinary and somebody's going to be the nurturer.
In
that's
the
all it
physical
is.
sense, but in the spiritual element,
because if you go to
Cancer
spiritual,
is still the mother of the zodiac.
But listen, when you go back to those things, they're not looking at sex, bro. There's no sex in astrology.
You said the Egyptians wasn't looking at sex?
Before Egyptians.
The Mayans wasn't looking at sex?
Before them, bro. Like, but listen to me.
But we live here in real time.
I hear you, and I'm talking about astrology right now. You can go on your history. When there's a history thing, we talk about
I'm not saying that just because you're a Cancer, you got to be a woman.
It's negative and positive. It's negative and positive. A negative is usually the feminine energy. We're not even talking about women still. It's a feminine energy and a masculine energy. He want to talk about gender fluidity. Nobody says shit about gender fluidity.
The mother of the zodiac, that's what I'm saying.
You said what?
It's still the mother.
And mother, it means what? The nurturer. It's not meaning vagina.
I know that. That's what I'm saying. So we don't got to alter it. We don't got to alter it.
But when you said gender fluidity, you struck a target into
we don't have to alter it and assign it to some neutral component.
But technically it is because there's not everything's negative, positive, and neutral. You feel what I'm saying? Like, that's how we dealing off astrology and math. Ain't no feminine and masculine. It has nothing to do with man or female. Is what I'm trying to tell you.
You're in a sense, yes, you're right. But I'm saying when we say it's the mother
when you're looking
of
at
the
Capricorn,
zodiac,
it can be the parent that's the most disciplined because they're mothers.
We know that, but I'm saying even at the top,
and fathers who let they do this.
I'm looking at it as in general. Like in general, even though your father could be a Cancer or he could be more nurturing, I'm still saying in the context of the zodiac, Cancer is still the mother of the zodiac, and Capricorn is still the father of the zodiac. I'm not saying that it equates to a man or a woman on the surface of the earth. I'm just saying.
But people will take that from your connotation.
I don't think that he took that. I'm just saying because you know Cancers. 50 Cent is a Cancer. Jim Jones is a Cancer. We see that. Them niggas ain't mothers.
But in comparison to them being a parent. And the dynamic we're talking about in astrology of Capricorn and Cancer from the parental line, that's why Capricorn and Cancer are opposites, because it's the mother and the father, it's both the parents, that they couldn't be the nurturer in that dynamic and the other person be more disciplined. We're not talking about being hard and soft.
50 Cent got both cases. He's close to one son, the other son, he don't give a damn about.
But bro, we don't.
Based on what he said, I'm just saying, like that's the perfect example of a Cancer on Earth, a man.
But hold on, we don't know where his moon is at. We don't know. We're just talking about where the moon. Like I'm saying, you're bringing in. You're trying analogies is not fitting to the point.
It does.
The point
you
is
understood what I was saying.
We're not just talking about him. We talking to the people, bro. We're on a podcast. This is all these people are listening to.
But I'm saying that.
So I don't want to get the astrology misconstrued.
Cancer is the mother of the zodiac. I mean, it did.
Yes, and that's what I'm saying.
And it's because the Cancer is the mother because it's feminine energy.
It's the feminine,
But it could also, in the context of male or female, it could be a male that has that mother.
Exactly. Like a woman can have the discipline. Can be the disciplinary.
That's why I pointed out earlier that you got those things like
duality.
Even a Scorpio is a feminine sign, but I'm masculine. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or even though
No,
sun,
actually, you're ruled by a feminine sign, bro. Like, that's the thing. You can be a male and be feminine. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, you're ruled by Venus.
but I'm
you're a
masculine.
male.
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying. But if you want to look at I'm just trying to for the people because if I look at mine, Virgo is the feminine. I have
that's
that
my
feminine.
individual chart.
That's what I'm
Scorpio,
trying to
in
say.
terms of Scorpio,
That's
is
feminine too, and Libra is feminine. You feel what
Libra is
I'm-
not feminine.
It is.
Libra's a masculine sign.
Okay, it's the masculine side.
It's ruled by
but it's a
Venus.
feminine energy. It's
Yeah,
a feminine planet.
ruled by
so,
Venus,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
You got feminine and masculine planets. Then you got signs that's ruled, you know what I'm saying, that has each side of it that's either masculine or feminine.
And then you got the nature
your
played out
moon-
here.
That's what I'm saying. So the more energy. So he is more feminine than masculine, but he's a male.
Right,
You know
right,
what I'm saying?
right.
Like, that's
Yeah,
my
yeah.
point. I'm trying to say, like, I'm more masculine. I'm like on the energy of, because I only have, my only feminine one is
When
Virgo.
I say mother of the zodiac or father, I'm just looking at the origin, right? So if we
True.
go back to
and now we're in modern.
That's all I'm saying.
And I said
So-
nowadays, and just to go all the way back to the point, I said nowadays, and the only reason I started the debate was because you were saying that it was gender fluidity. And I was like, no, I'm not talking about
fucking
that.
with you
I'm just
because
trying to say they're single parents. You feel what I'm saying? Like,
So
you're talking
each-
about that. Like, they're
so-
single parents nowadays. So it's like, they have, when I'm reading
Yeah.
somebody's chart, they can be like, well, no, I didn't have my mom. And then I'm going to have to look for that, and I can see certain things. And I'm like, okay, this moon
had a
is talking
nurturer
about
in
your
your
parent.
chart.
I ain't going to just say your mom or this. So, like,
you had a nurturer in your chart, and that nurturer happened to be
Either
the dad
male or female.
or this,
Yeah.
you know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So when people go off the older mother, father, it's just like, this is the parental line. This is the disciplinary and this is the nurturer. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause
Yeah.
usually
Gotcha.
those are the two dynamics you
because
need.
Capricorn is ruled by Saturn.
Got you. Okay. Now let's go
And
to the
then
11th house.
Then
Yeah.
the 11th house, we get into Aquarius.
Which is also ruled by Saturn.
Which is
and it's
also-
about humanitarianism. Organizations is about doing more because you got to look at it too. It's the opposite of the 5th house, right? Yeah, it's the opposite of the 5th house. So it's about expressing in things, but for the greater good, not just for yourself. It's not about being on the stage. It's kind of more so behind the scenes, but it's also with networking. So it's like I can do so with not just myself, but for the greater good with everybody. And it also deals with gains. So you can, within this house, it depends, you can get like money, but it usually comes from networking. That's why I say your network is your net worth. Type
Technology.
stuff. Yeah, technology driven, but most
Information age, Aquarius.
But it's we just talking about 11th house. But yeah, that is ruled by that. But the 11th house is going to be more so friends, you know what I'm saying,
Yeah,
organizations.
a lot of friends.
So they probably dying doing this social distancing thing, huh? Or they
No,
probably
Aquarius
suffering?
is
No, because they're more
Aquarius,
Aquarius
they
will
like
kinda
to be
take
a
this in
part of
stride.
something,
They will
but
take this
be
in
by
stride
themselves.
more so.
Like they want to be a part of something, but have their own thing going on.
Yeah.
Got you. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So they were like, all right, this is my team, but
Sagittarius
I'm the
is
star.
Sagittarius
Sag
is
is-
struggling around this.
Oh, okay, because they like to party.
Well, no,
huh?
hold on. I'm gonna say the Sag can also be a loner too. Because they like to travel. So
I think
sometimes
the
you gotta
Libras
get
are
off.
feeling it
Yeah,
right now.
Libras are feeling it.
Really?
They like to be around people a lot.
I mean, I got a Libra ascendant,
Libras are,
but I'm a Scorpio. So I mean, I get
Libras probably Geminis. Geminis probably hating it
Yeah.
right now.
so.
But not me, because I'm a
Gemini's are nosy.
at the moon.
They always got the tea. They keep That's the high vibration. They always got information.
Well,
Some
the best thing
intellect. low
about
vibration
Geminis-
niggas gossip. They like to talk.
I mean, yeah, like
Wanna
most
know the
people
tea?
gossip
What do you
nowadays.
say? What
But
do you
the
Yeah.
best thing about Gemini is like they're really quick to learn something. Like you can get them, you can say this,
Yeah.
that, and the third, and they gonna
They'll
get
get
it.
it.
Yeah.
Like it's just like because they quick with they can mimic really easily. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that's where the gossip and when they see something they want to do with you know what I'm saying like this they want to have friends be relatable not as much as Libra like to where they want to
Libra
be
settle.
like you to relate to you. Gemini's like I'm going to relate to you so I can get information from you. You know what I'm saying? And Aquarius is like all right I want to get information about how y'all doing stuff so I can analyze myself in it all. You know what I'm saying? Like, do I fit?
Yeah.
Do I not? Am I a weirdo? Type like that's how Aquarius communicate. They only doing that to see how they are in the situation type thing.
Yeah, and then from there,
And see if they want to be friends or
Yeah.
not. Like,
Yeah.
from there we go into the last house, which is the 12th house.
Okay.
That's the house that Pisces comes from.
it's like the undoing.
The
house.
undoing of things. It's
To start
think
it
of
back over.
So you know how he said every sign takes on something from
the previous sign. Yeah.
right? So Pisces has all of this. So Pisces is the elder woman. All right, it's a feminine sign. It's the last water sign. It's mutable because it's your transition.
Yeah, and then like you said, it just came from Aquarius, which is I know.
Almost, right?
Now you know all of this stuff. You doing your last thing of how I feel. You know what I'm saying? And how does everybody else feel about? Because that's why it's mutable water. It's like I want to see how they feel, how I feel. It's all about.
And they're like, okay, so the healers are the water signs. All right. The Cancer heals through nurturing. The Scorpio heals through restriction. Like basically, my form of healing is I'm gonna challenge you to be better, and it may make you hate me.
Yeah.
But when you get through with me,
when you get through with me, by withdrawing themselves.
Yeah. When you get through with me, you gonna have a whole new perspective on this. You're gonna be like, man, that little nigga was right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now, I heal through restriction. The Pisces heals through acceptance. Because it's like you think of your grandmother, your great grandmother. She ain't got time to be judging her babies like that, right?
Yeah.
All she on her way out, she just gotta love them, right? And it's also deals with creativity again, because you die and you becoming anew, right?
Okay.
So Pisces is like your last. It's like Pisces. If you could describe Pisces as a land, it would be like that field trip before you go home.
Pisces is like a high.
Yeah, it's like a high. So when you play, like
a lot of
when
people
you say
with
that,
Pisces is drugs.
when you put like,
Really?
you
and that's
put
what's
Venus
ruled by
in,
Neptune because it's
subconscious mind.
It's about
so
illusions.
Pisces.
That's why they lie.
Pisces are a lot of
They
people.
illusion.
A lot of your astrologists are Pisceans. All right, tarot card readers, Pisceans. They deal with the spiritual world, the psychic. Pisces are your dreamers. The nigga that go to the woman or the dude that go to sleep and have a dream about
like
something
Kanye West
that
got a
actually
Pisces
happens.
moon.
Yeah.
So that make a lot of sense.
So he
Kanye
be
West
sounding
got a
delusional to
Pisces
some
moon.
people, right? But he makes
Yeah.
sense to himself.
Yeah.
It
Right?
makes sense to a lot of people.
To a lot of people,
yeah.
but on the surface level, to people who don't have the wherewithal to maybe dive deep as he has, he gonna sound very delusional.
Right.
Right?
He does.
But Pisces can also be.
But Kendrick Lamar has a Pisces moon too, and he a Gemini, so he got the same placement as Kanye West.
He communicates it because he's a Gemini, but his thoughts. If you listen to his music, right, because he gonna put your emotions.
But that's
to
like
the
I said,
music.
that's a different one where you're not totally in an illusion, but it's still like because Pisces is the sign of like music and musicians. You know what I'm saying? It's like they can translate the feeling.
Prince had a Pisces
sonically.
moon. I think Prince was Gemini Pisces.
He's a Virgo.
Virgo Pisces. So he was born on a full moon, I believe.
What does that mean?
Full moon means you have a, like if you have a
You got an internal
Virgo,
conflict.
yeah,
That means your sun and your moon are opposing each other.
yeah. This means you have opposites. So people who are your Capricorn, if you had a Cancer moon, you were born on a full moon. I'm a Scorpio. If I had a Taurus,
So he was born on a new moon.
I was born on a new
because
moon
he has
my
a
sun and
a
moon
moon
are
is
the same. Right?
Okay.
If you're born on your direct opposite, if you was Gemini and Sag, full moon. For me,
Gotcha.
Scorpio, Taurus, full
And that's
moon.
just saying that your sun and your moon, how you act and react to things
Completely different.
are completely off. So you're gonna probably be off. You know what I'm saying? Like because your actions and stuff.
And based on this chart, right? That means if I have a Capricorn moon, right? And then I have a Cancer, that means I have a full moon. Is that what it is?
Cancer.
Yeah, so
Sun
think
or
about
moon,
it.
yeah.
Cancer is going to be more concerned with nurturing, staying at home.
That's what your actions are
yeah,
going
your
to be
actions are
doing.
gonna show.
But you're going to be reacting to everything
So
that's opposite to that.
you find imbalance may be you learning how to work from home. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm working from home. I'm calling shots from home, right? Or learning how to balance being a father, and a parent. So to say,
Yeah.
if you had that Cancer and Capricorn.
Got you. Okay.
If I had Scorpio and Taurus, like I had two best friends. They were twins, right? I had a group back in the day, and we were all of us were Scorpios, and the twins were born in October. They were October Scorpios. They were Scorpio suns, Taurus moons. Now that I find out later, it made sense because they were never as deep as me. They on the surface level they may act. You know what I mean? Or may act like they understand what I'm saying. But their moon in Taurus was actually exalted, meaning that a Taurus is someone who feels strongly about themselves. They don't got to know a whole lot about shit that's going on.
Self-esteem.
Yeah.
house.
They don't got to know a whole lot about what a Taurus. You put a Taurus in front of a door and a Scorpio in front of a door. I ain't gonna walk through that door till I know what's on the other side.
Yeah.
A Taurus is gonna believe in itself to walk through the door. Now, if there's something on the other side of that door, you know what I'm saying, that takes the Taurus, then their naivety got the best of them. But if there's nothing, then their belief in their self got them whatever their prize that was sitting behind the door. Same thing with me. There might not be anything on that door, and that my distrust for myself
I mean,
right?
yeah, I mean, and they're earth signs and they're
Yeah.
water signs. You're more practical.
Exactly.
Like, I'm going to just walk through the door, see what the hell it is.
Yeah.
I ain't going to be in my
Yeah,
feelings and be scared and shit. Like, water signs are more in their feelings and they fear.
But that
you know what I'm saying? More.
that also is a pro and a con, because I'm naturally more aware. You ain't never gonna find a naive Scorpio.
They are naive Scorpios because
They are, man.
I'm saying, like, I'm just trying to say, like, because he's like,
It's
say,
I'm saying
it's no absolutes. There's no absolutes in astrology. You can have all the worst
I'm saying it's rare.
aspects
It's
to your
rare
Scorpio
to
to where your
find-
Scorpio is trash. Like it detracts all the energy that your Scorpio
it's
energy.
rare to find because the energy itself is so distrusting.
Because you can want to go so deep that you're naive. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, but I'm
let
talking
me
about
go
it-
see more. Let me see
Yeah.
more. That's a naive. That you can be naive as shit because you're
right.
like, I know there's more to it. Like, there's not, and now you're about to fuck yourself off because you're trying to keep going more.
You're right.
So
There's a
I'm
pro and
saying,
a con, but I'm just saying.
And
the rule of
Scorpios
thumb
are
on the-
extremists, so they can be very naive just because they want to be extreme. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you gotta say it all, bro. Don't be
There's
biased.
a pro and a con, but I'm saying generally, you know what I mean, trying to run game, you may typically have to go a little above and beyond on certain things because the intuitive nature. All water signs are intuitive, but I'm saying specifically as it pertains to the Scorpio.
True, and then they can have bad aspects to that. That's something that always throw that intuition off. You know what I'm saying? So you be like, oh, I got this intuition energy, but I have a square with this air. The way I think, as soon as I think something, it throws my intuition off. Like, so this is all in the chart. You know what I'm saying? So you can't say no absolute about one thing because it's all intertwined.
You're right. You can't.
They're all intertwined, but that's how you have to learn with the prototypes and things of stereotypes and the basis of everything. Then you can start putting two and two together and start making calculus out of it. Because basically that's all it is.
Yeah.
It's just math.
So if I wanted to like start learning about myself, right? I can just pull this up information online.
Go to astro.com and you can type in your birth date, your location, right? Your information as it asks for, and try to have your birth time. It's typically on your birth certificate, or talk to a family member who may know, your mother in particular, right?
Okay.
And you can pull up your birth chart and
you can pull up your natal chart, yeah. Or just Google natal chart.
And then what
a lot of
do,
things will come up.
What you do from there, if you want to know more, it's quite simple. Moon in Aquarius.
Well, honestly, since in this age of entrepreneurship, I would hit up an astrologer and get a reading. You feel what I'm saying? Like, that's the first thing. So you can get a little idea of what it is, because they will help you through what to do or what, you know what I'm saying, what to look up to.
Or you can get on YouTube and you can pull up Moon in Aquarius.
I mean, those are astrologers. You know what I'm saying? They're on YouTube. You feel what I'm saying? But not just anybody. Make sure they're astrologers.
They free, though.
You feel what I'm saying? Like,
it's free. It ain't
but true, but like you get what you pay for. You feel what I'm saying? Like, so it's like, all right, if you really want to know something, you got to either put hella time and go and be searching and scrapping, which most people don't want to do nowadays.
Right.
Or if you really want to know about yourself, hit up an astrologer and get a reading to where you can study your reading off that. You know what I'm saying? Then you can go look at everything they said and go find more and maybe do another read. You know what I'm saying? Like, because that's the only way you're really going to know for sure or get into it if you confirm. Because like people put anything on the internet nowadays.
Right.
They be like, oh, I found this and I look this and now I know about astrology. Like, no, nigga, you don't. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just put up the fake bullshit that they put up, and it's just like it can be so wrong. I see stuff all the time. I be like, well, they look like they got they planets wrong on this and this, but hey, they could be using a different astrology, but they're not even saying that or doing that. So, and I'm big on, like, I guess it's the Gemini and Virgo on me. I'm big on information and it being detailed and it being correct. You know what I'm saying? Like, so if I'm like people teaching fake stuff out here and just doing it because people are so gullible and they want to know because it's becoming more popular. So it's becoming a new wave. So somebody like me that's been studying it for 4 or 5 years, it's like, okay, y'all just because you know your moon and your this, y'all don't know about these things and who you are and these other things and how it's doing and the aspects and what happens when actual transits. So when the sun is in Aries today, how that affects you and your chart. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just so much.
So, real quick, because you got some Scorpio energy here.
We got some Virgo energy too.
My mom said at 5.
No, your gift.
My gift?
Uranus.
What's that? What is that?
Scorpio. Uranus deals with your gift, like your uniqueness. What's unique about you?
I sometimes I still be trying to figure that out.
You got a lot of hoes? So you had some. Had some.
I did. I used to have a little something, you know what I'm saying?
Uranus and Scorpio.
Because Uranus is kind of like stuff that just happens out of the blue. It just kind of like, you probably get like a lot of like deep emotional things that happen to you, just like lightning fast. Like, I did not see that coming type stuff. Or like you said, your gift, or it can be what, you know what I'm saying, behind occult information, stuff like that. But I was going to say your true node is really...
My mom said she think I was born around 5 something in the morning. I don't know if that
It's gonna be the
So
same.
if you was born at 5 something in the morning and you're a Capricorn, then you were going to be a Sagittarius ascendant. Sagittarius almost Capricorn.
That would make sense.
Is that the party sign?
Party sign traveler. So you gonna go learn
And you
about
like to
place,
teach
and you gonna
stuff.
kick it while you there.
Yeah.
And you're going to
That's-
teach people, and you're going to be kind of flighty.
Counselor.
Like, you're going to be like, all right.
Flighty, what you mean flighty?
Like when if
You
you
won't
don't like
stay
something,
a place long.
if
Like,
you don't like something, typically like a Sagittarius,
I'll
if
be
they
out.
don't like if you give them a
Yeah,
bad
if they
vibe
don't-
with no explanation.
If you don't see the big
No
picture of why
explanation.
I'm supposed to be here, then you like, I'm
Okay,
I'm
why are we
gone.
friends? Why are we cool? Okay, yeah. Gone.
Really?
Hell yeah. Gone.
But yeah, you are passionate about the details. You are passionate about
That's
making
crazy
stuff
that you
to
just
look
said
good.
that.
Yeah.
No, that is. And you got restrictions when it comes to the details. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to like your routine or something. Sometimes you feel like, all right, I got to get more discipline in my routines. I got to get more discipline in my health. Got to get more discipline in this type of area, because you got Saturn there. So you always be thinking about how you can, you know what I'm saying, get more structured in that area.
Yeah.
But that's what you got, Virgo, and you got Venus and Pisces, so it's exalted. So yeah, like, you probably a lover, romantic type. Probably not because of the
my wife
because of
don't
the
think so.
Aquarius, because of Aquarius moon. I be like, you got Aquarius moon, so yeah, it's probably not. You probably like those beautiful things and stuff like this,
Yeah.
but like
He's
Yeah.
exalted
you don't.
in Pisces.
Yeah, but his moon is in Aquarius.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So
he
you're not
he
gonna
fixed.
express it like,
Yeah, he fixed on how you feel.
yeah, like you be like, all right, that's nice. And that's
But that's about it.
that's it. Yeah. That's nice.
God damn. Okay, shit. So let me go back to my question, because y'all threw a lot of information, and like I talked to an astrologist, like I said, a while ago, and I was wondering, which something you said earlier. He told me, he was like, Donte, once you start working for yourself or doing your own thing, that's when you really gonna take off. And I was like, what you mean? Because at the time I was doing content creation for a company.
I was about to say that in your true node, bro. I was about to say your true node, which is your spiritual path, is in Leo, right? So your south node, which will be in Aquarius, because it's the opposite. So you're real comfortable with doing shit for everybody else. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, I got the information. I can give you this. I can make this happen. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But the opposite of that is being the person that's in center stage. So it's like, and it's funny because mine is the opposite. I have a true node in Aquarius, and it's 29 degrees Aquarius. Yours is 29 degrees Leo. And my south node is 29 degrees Leo. So in my past life, I was real comfortable being the king, like center stage. Everybody look at me, watch all the shit I could do. You know what I'm saying? Like, so like that's how my childhood was too. So now as I growing up, I was like, all right, I have to like do that same energy, but for other people and organizations and people, and grow stuff and not always be in center stage. But your goal in life is to be in center stage. Your goal in life is to do your thing and let people look at you and you be the entertainer. And you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that's what your goal is. That's what, the more you do that, the closer you are to your spiritual while you're here. You know what I'm saying?
Really?
Yeah, that's what it's saying right here. Leo. So Leo is the more you express yourself, the more you be fixed on your expression and your fire. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you do that, and like you said, it's not as selfish as Aries, but it's a self thing, because it's like, look at me type thing. Yeah, I might take the bread and do whatever for whatever, but it's like, I still want you to look at me. So like that's your energy, and it's at the end. It's 29 degrees, so it's like, all right, I'm at the last peak of this, because every sign only got 0 to 29 degrees, 30 degrees. So it's like, all right, I'm almost going into the next one is Virgo. Well, I'm paying attention to the details in this and all of that, but I'm still here and I'm learning the last thing of Leo, basically, and that's where your spiritual path at. So you really gotta like do you and make sure, you know what I'm saying, you got a crowd to make sure you got a stage so you can set your stuff up on. Like, you don't got to worry about, make sure you're in the center of the stage. Don't be worried about. Everybody, so that
Yeah.
works better with you. Like I said, once you start working for yourself and making sure I am the key person, the employee and the boss, all of that is gonna work out because that's in the stage. Just ain't nobody else on stage.
Damn, I guess that's what he was talking about.
That's probably exactly what he said because he probably looked at your true note and he's like, once you start doing this, you'll probably work out better because you probably too focused on
doing other things for everybody else.
Whatever you comfortable with, and that's what it is. You probably weren't comfortable with being on stage and being center stage and being people looking at you.
Not really.
But because you're not, you're North know you're not comfortable. But how do you grow and get to where you're supposed to be is but be uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So so that's what your true note is.
That's dope, man. Damn, I don't even know. I these questions ain't shit from what y'all done already.
Nah, go ahead.
What y'all done told
What you
me.
got? Go ahead.
It was. So one of the questions is what is cardinal, what is mutable, and what is fixed? What does that mean?
So,
Okay, cardinal was initiator.
Initiator.
So you got
Fixed
initiating
is-
fire, water, air, and earth.
So you
Okay.
can initiate passion, initiate.
I mean, you starting something, you pushing. So think about initiating fire is like a fire, a flamethrower.
So it's fire, water, earth. What's the fire?
water, earth, air.
Yeah.
Fire, water, earth, air.
Yeah.
Okay. And you can be a cardinal in any one of those?
So there's 4 cardinal points per each element.
Okay.
So there's 1
For
fire.
earth,
Aries is the fire cardinal. Cancer is the
3 modes, 4
water
elements.
cardinal. Yeah.
Okay.
12
Cancer is the
signs.
water. Yeah.
No, because I pulled something up from YouTube where it gave you, it said air, then it gave you list of the signs, and it said water. So, okay, I get it.
So you got Cancer is the cardinal water, Libra is the cardinal air, and Capricorn is the cardinal earth.
And then and it goes in that order. It goes cardinal, fixed, mutable. Cardinal, fixed, mutable.
Every time a cardinal
And then it goes in the same order. Fire, earth, air, water.
Okay.
Fire,
And that's
earth,
the same.
air,
It's all
water.
math.
Yep.
It's sequence. Everything just sequence.
It's either
That's
4
why it's
times
like,
3 or 3 times 4.
Four.
And then, like you said, the more deeper you get into
Four
it, you
groups
just
of
break
three,
it down.
three
It's
groups of
a circle, so it's geometry. You
Okay.
got all your angles, and all of that matters. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? In astrology, that's where your aspects come. You got broken into all these 30-degree angles. You know what I'm saying? 30 degrees, and then you know what I'm saying, do your angles, and you see where's what. So all of that matters going into it. And then, like you said, you start putting the water and the fire. Those don't work together because water and earth go together, and fire and air go together.
Fire
Complementary.
can flourish in air. Fire goes up in the air. If you look at
Yeah,
water
and
on
air
water,
can blow fire out.
if you look at and you look at fire on water, either fire is gonna rise on the water, it's gonna sit on top of the water, or the water's just gonna come put the fire out. You know what I'm saying? Like it does. It's in terms of
But
mixing.
water will grow the earth. You know what I'm saying? And
Fire
earth.
will burn up the earth. So imagine a fire sign in the earth, right?
Oh, shit.
Well, yeah, I mean,
okay.
yeah. So you see how they not naturally won't work together, but I mean they can because
can,
everybody.
yeah.
You got to look at the things you got because that might just be your sun sign. You might got you got to air. That's why you and your wife probably work. You got an air moon. She got air sun.
We don't
you know
know
what I'm
his
saying.
wife.
Y'all
We
got
don't know his
Libra.
wife's.
But I'm saying we know she a Libra and we know he Aquarius.
Yeah,
moon.
I text her too. She said she was born at 10. What she say? 10:53 at night.
Did you put this time in? Did you get your time?
Nah,
Nah,
I don't know.
mine was 5 something. My mom, she don't know. She said, "Look on your birth certificate." She's like, "Shit, I don't know. Look on your birth certificate."
That's why I found out on my birth certificate. But yeah,
Damn, man, this shit is
but
so.
yeah, that's
deep,
how.
man.
Yeah, mutable is changeable. You know what I'm saying? And fixed is fixed. Pretty much, I'm gonna stay like this. Like this, how I think. I'm fixed. It's gonna take a while for me to
So
change.
mutable is changeable.
Yeah.
Fixed is
The
fixed.
end of the season.
And then cardinal
The
is
end of-
action.
Yeah, cardinal
Okay.
is action.
Because it's the start of a season.
And the beginning of the season. Fixed is the heart of the season, stuck in his ways.
Okay,
Mutable is the
about
end of
to
a season,
change.
changing to another season.
got you.
So that will be that day.
But yeah, but that's if you're thinking about the seasons. But we usually thinking about people. You know what I'm saying? So it's
Yeah.
like
When's your wife's birthday?
10:10. She ain't gonna want me to tell her year on here, but
Oh, can't do nothing. With
I'm gonna text it to you so you have it. So yeah,
I don't know why people be.
I don't know. I don't know either. I just think that's
10:59.
a woman thing.
10:59.
What?
You said
3.
10:59, 3:59.
No, 10:53.
10:53. My bad.
Mm-hmm.
PM.
Yeah, I wonder because it's like me and her when we good, we great.
And
You
where
know
was
what I
she
mean?
born?
Where? Somewhere out here, Fort Worth,
Oh, bro.
Dallas. Somewhere.
I mean, that work. It's close enough. I ain't from here. It's in Texas.
She was
from Texas.
born in Fort Worth.
Yeah, somewhere out this way.
I mean,
Maybe it's either Fort
It
Worth.
ain't gonna make a big
it ain't
difference.
gonna be, yeah.
Does all that matter? Like what city?
I mean,
It gives you the exact
the latitude
angle.
and longitude, yeah, it matter. But if Dallas and Plano is pretty close, it ain't gonna change. You know what I'm saying? Like if you was in LA from there, then like, yeah, it's gonna be a big difference of where we was, how we looking at it. But yeah, the closest, like you be like Dallas, you be like, all right, most people from Plano say they from Dallas anyway.
Yeah, it was one of these Fort Worth, Mansfield. It was one of these
It's a
places.
D-F-dub.
I see Pisces moon.
What does that mean?
Oh, that makes sense because you got a Venus in Pisces and she got a Pisces moon.
Yeah.
So the stuff he love, she react to. You know what I'm saying? So that makes sense.
Yeah.
That's a good thing. So like that's how you look at it. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, we got that in common, and then you can go. Ain't no sure all be all.
Yeah.
Like, so just like, she don't like this. I do. Can I live with that?
Yeah.
Basically, what I tell people too, if you can live with somebody spiritual, like know their path, then you pretty much good. Like anything is possible. Like if they know that you're meant to be the center stage and you need to do this and this is your path and they cool with that and you know that their path is to be whatever it is and you good with that, more than likely y'all can be getting married or something. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all agreed and y'all know what each other here for on this earth and y'all gotta help each other carry
What is
that
she
out.
here? What is she here for?
Where True know that?
What's her
Is,
true?
Cancer.
What does that mean?
So she's comfortable with
At
being
home.
the boss, the disciplinary, but her path is to be the nurturer. You know what I'm saying? She has
Okay.
to be more homebody, care
Yeah,
about,
'cause in
more
her past
caring,
life-
more, you know what I'm saying?
Life was Capricorn.
Yeah, her past life was more, I ran the ship, I did the thing, you know what I'm saying? That's what she's comfortable with, calling the shots. But now she got to kind of be more submissive in the sense, you know what I'm saying, of being the protector of the home and this and that, you know what I'm saying, being more of getting more into the feminine energy, basically.
Yeah.
Technically, because it's in Cancer, so it's like she got to be more protective of that compared to being, you know, reactive and stuff like that. She got to make sure everything gonna be good.
Yeah. Okay.
So she making sure everything good at home and everything stuff so you can be on stage and be on the road and do the, you know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
like stuff like that.
Shit, this is dope, man. This was dope, man. This is dope. I think I got what I wanted. I think I got. She needs to listen to me. That's what I got out of this. She gonna kill me.
Oh man, that's
Man, I
crazy.
appreciate y'all, man. Barry and Nate, man.
No problem,
Appreciate
man.
y'all for tapping in with me, man.
No problem, bro.
You got you astrologist, right?
Yeah.
How can people reach out to you if they want to get
they just
reading?
hit me on my Instagram. That's where I take most of them like DMs and I get all your information.
What's
and
your
we can do
Instagram?
business.
Yeah.
It's Soul Freak G, SoulFreqG. That's my company, entertainment company. I got Soul Frequencies, so it's all into that. Start doing natal readings and just helping people. I'm gonna try to start an astrology class, but
Okay.
it's too much. I don't want to do it online. I want to meet people and talk to them
yeah.
and stuff like that. But yeah, Soul Freak G, SoulFreqG, and I've been I'm also an artist. I drop music every Friday. I do little freestyle Fridays and stuff like that. I got singles. I got BJ singing on a couple songs and stuff. So you know what I'm saying, you can
Do a
check
little
everything out
something.
there.
And then you can find me at AB_originality. I have a brand that's dedicated to, bringing about displaying some of our tribal history, just making it fashionable, making it cool.
Okay.
Exploring some of our tribal ancestry here in the Americas as far as globally.
Okay.
And globally as well, I meant. So yeah, you can find me there.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. And I would be remiss if y'all didn't mention y'all got bars. Y'all want to leave us with something? Y'all want to leave us with something, or we got to pay for that?
Hey,
I mean, he the rapper. He the rapper. He the rapper. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
leave him with 16, man. Leave him with 16.
I don't know. I got so many.
Want me to just give you a beat and you just go?
Nah, I'm just spit one on acapella.
Okay, bet.
Who think they cold as this? They must have told the fib. These rappers are nothing but actors. I know they know the script. I don't care who my opponent is. I just rip them and send my condolences. I got a bone to pick. I'm sunning these niggas. And man, I feel low this shit. Wow. I do. No, really, I do. For the record, they respect it because I record on the records. I reckon they recognize. Cup full of do say, like, fuck what they do say, nigga. This is our time. Yeah, and I'm on it. Ride through my city like I own it. I'm just living in the moment. I talk to myself all the time. Like, how bad do you want it? Man, I got drive. Hands on 10 and 2. Try and reach the pinnacle. About to blow up like an inner tube. Stay with the soul like a tennis shoe. Bitch, what I'm tending to. Sorry, no interviews. I'm just not in the mood. 10 straight tracks, no interviews. Ain't got no time for a break. I've been trapped in my mind. This is how I escape. Just so happen to make cake. Soul of an arsonist. They see the fire inside. Fuck who think opposite. I'm from the city of chocolates. Hey.
Yeah, that was dope, man. Yeah, that was dope. Yo, man, this has been the Tap In Podcast, man. Appreciate y'all for tapping in with us. If y'all want to find all the information, it'll be down in the description, man. This has been the Tap In Podcast. Holla.
Hey, appreciate you.
Sure, we got to do it again.